There it is, live as always every Thursday, 7:30. The Literally Anything podcast for the people. Welcome, welcome. As always, three times. You know what it is. Welcome. Hello, everybody. We hope you had a wonderful 7 days. We hope your week was filled with, prosperous, wonderful achievements and high level things happening in all kinds of ways. And if it wasn't, then hey, come talk a little shit and have some fun and get your mind off that other shit. Either way, we're happy to have you. As you can see, three people in the mix tonight. No brother left as he is, working for the establishment. It's me, brother KP, aka the Disturbed Genius, my main man, Daquan the Chef, aka D Hood, aka the Problem Child. and friend of the program. We gonna call him a co-host this time. He was a guest last time, bro. It was a full-on co-host this time. My main man, Rod Riley, really in the building with us once again, holding it down. Appreciate you popping up on us, good brother.
Ain't no problem, man. I thank y'all for being on the platform. I had a ball last time, so I know I'm into some shit this time.
I still will tell anybody who will listen that's a top three show, and it ain't three. Like that was one of our better shows ever, for sure. Like I don't have any issue with having that argument with any viewer, and you shouldn't argue with your viewers, but I will in that case. That was a great goddamn show. So as always, we will get our show started with hot takes. It's just what's on your mind, what you're thinking about, how things are going, any old random bullshit. Hood, I feel like your hot take's been dry as shit lately.
Yo, but you know what's crazy?
What's up?
Because you gonna hate me, right? I got one. I do have one, but you just sent me the hit sheet, and it's applicable to the first thing on the hit sheet.
Okay.
But it is not in the same vein, so I will let it fly here.
Okay. So in other words, you had one, but now you're gonna hold off on it.
No. I'm gonna still let it fly.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right.
I made a decision right now. So okay. I'm going to say this, and I'm gonna catch some flack for it. I know I'm gonna catch some flack for it.
It's all good. Catch the flack.
I think I've touched on this platform in the past, but I'm just gonna say it here. The thoughts are the thoughts of D Hood and D Hood only. Daquan the Chef, the Problem Child. What a Time to Be Alive is a better album than Watch the Throne.
Is it? I've heard.
No, hold on. No, I haven't. Hold on. Actually, let me bring it back. It aged better than Watch the Throne.
Oh, okay. All right, I kind of like that better.
Because you know what, I had to think back to the conversation that me and my lady had earlier, and she said the same thing. Is it? And then I realized same thing. It aged better because the only two songs that you can play right now anywhere. No, there's only one song that you can play right now anywhere from that whole album. Doesn't matter. Niggas in Paris. You can get away with playing Otis if in that arena, not literally, you know what I mean, in that moment, if you got the right flow, the right audience, the right this, the right that, you can get off Otis. What other song on that album can you get off anywhere else other than your car?
I can barely remember a lot of the songs on that album.
Well, guess what? I know all of them by heart, and only two of the songs you can get off. One song you can get off anywhere. Don't matter. That shit gonna go. It does not matter. Like literally, you could cut the beat at get married at the mall. Everybody doesn't matter. Does not matter. Otis, I think you can get away with it if you do it strategically.
You can get away with Otis. No, you're right. You're right on Otis. Right on that. You can get away with No Church in the Wild anywhere. You wilding with that shit. You can play No Church in the Wild amongst real niggas. You can play.
But that's hold on. Amongst real niggas, play that right.
See, I can't equate to what real niggas don't do. I don't give a fuck. Like this is a weird argument to me. You dig what I'm saying? It's some real shit. If I play No Church in the Wild and you tell me to cut that shit off, I really fuck out of here. Like, what are you talking about? Like. to me,
but
the niggas who I want to hang with gonna want to hear no church in the
wild.
Right. But the funny thing is, but you would be surprised if there's some niggas that you want to hang with and they may not want to hear that shit.
Man, but fuck them niggas.
They could be wrong all they want, but they may not want to hear that shit.
I forgot that song was on that album, so I would want to hear it.
Them niggas got. You want to know why that song is so great? Their camps got into a whole battle royale over oceans that Hove already had tucked away. Hove, he was like, "Yeah, I don't."
Good song,
I don't want you to be what elephant tusk on the boat of a sailing lady, tucked in the ivory. Bro is eating on there.
That's a great song, bro.
Some dope boys were smelling like cocaine. Yo, that song is hard. I would want to fight Hove over that song.
I was listening to the Magna Carta album the other day.
That album's not bad. It's
not bad at all.
I think that because it got.
I don't know. I don't know,
bro. I think it falls into it got released a week before Yeezus. So like,
I didn't find Yeezus to be that great of an album either, personally.
I think Yeezus got better over time for me personally. At first, I didn't like it.
It did age well. I'll say.
Yeah, I didn't like it at first.
But also, do me a favor, whatever streaming platform you have, I guarantee you, Mike Dean has a playlist in that. And listen to Mike Dean's progression from back when he was producing for, because y'all niggas forget, not y'all, but y'all niggas forget the niggas that are not
the niggas outside this box. All y'all niggas,
right?
Not these niggas in the box.
No, yeah,
the niggas y'all niggas right.
Y'all niggas forget that Mike Dean is a Houston man. I ain't gonna call him a Houston nigga. Mike Dean's definitely.
Give him Houston man. Niggas kind of driving the car and parking it on a good block. Nah.
So Mike Dean is definitely a man from Houston. So if you go back to Scarface, he was producing for Zero, all these like Houston legends or these Texas legends. Mike Dean been had the sauce. Now fast forward, Mike Dean is really the white Timberland. Mike Dean sets a precedent, and then the game catches up to it. Timberland for not so much anymore, but Timberland for a long time, Timberland set the precedent, and then the game caught up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Over the last 15 years, if you look at your Mike Dean playlist and whatever wherever you subscribe to, or if you don't listen to music in an orthodox way, go to Wikipedia, look at his production credits, and you'd be like, damn, he produced that.
Yeah, he's heavy.
Guy's you know heavy. What I mean? Like,
he definitely is.
So it makes sense that Yeezus aged very well. And we're in this post EDM. Nobody gives a fuck about EDM anymore. People kept saying, "Oh, this EDM is EDM." It's not. It's fucking Mike Dean.
Yeah.
Right. No, that guy's really good, man. Like I cannot tell a lie as to his impact and definitely his growth for sure. You definitely see that throughout the work over the years. I would definitely agree with that.
But to sum it all up, What a Time to Be Alive aged much better than Watch the Throne. And if somebody told me that it was a better album, I wouldn't tell them that they're wrong. I would say that I probably don't agree, but I understand your argument.
I guess for me, I don't think the albums are even of the same approach. I don't think the goals of the albums are the same for them to even be comparable, if that makes sense. Like they living on two different streets. Like they're both collaboration albums, but they're not the same album. Like
they're not.
Like,
but look at it like this. When that dropped, who were the two biggest? Who would have when What a Time dropped? Who were the two biggest artists on the planet? Not rap, on the planet.
I mean, there had to be one, no?
Future and Drake.
I mean, that was at the time where Drake definitely was one, and Future was ascending to that. Like Future was right there.
It was literally it was Drake, Taylor Swift, Future.
Think like as far as that moment buzzing at that time,
in that moment, and then also when Watch the Throne dropped, the two hottest niggas on earth. Literally, it literally came out right after My Beautiful Dark Fantasy. Like it came out right after that. Hove was on Blueprint 3 just came out. Well, that was his latest project to that point.
I mean, but he still had number 1 hits on Blueprint 3. So industry
He did.
wise, as far as that, like Run This Town was still that shit. Like that's as a single.
I think
onto the next one was
Def
being
Auto
played.
Tune was one of them ones.
Def Auto Tune, like onto the next one was being played everywhere.
Was
that
one of them
that
ones.
was getting played everywhere, whether you liked it or not, whether you agreed with that getting the push that it got or not. He had some success.
I was
off
on there
that
talking. Oh, want a new shit. Niggas like, oh, niggas want that old shit. But I'm an old. That is a very underrated Hove line.
Yeah, no, he
I believe that.
he had some gems on there line wise. My favorite song is the joint with him and Jeezy on there. That's probably my favorite song.
As Real As It Gets.
Real As It Gets, yeah. That might be my favorite song on the album. That's
I don't think that belonged on that album. It felt better than that album.
Yeah.
That record. Yeah, it was like that was a carryover or something else that they said, let's drop it on us. I don't know.
They could have threw that out like I do kind of.
Yeah.
Right.
But I feel like all of the Hove Jeezy moments are much bigger than the album that they're on.
Oh,
indeed. They outshine their flow with it
every time.
Seen It All is definitely the best song on that album.
Yes. And he got a song with Cole and Kendrick on that album.
Yeah, he got other songs on that album. Yes,
but it just it didn't do nothing. It didn't do nothing in comparison.
Yeah, the only one that really fits with the entire album is oh shit, never mind. That's not even a Jeezy song. That's crazy. I was thinking The Devil Is a Lie. But I was associated. I was associating that with them two piecing it up that summer, and then they did a War Ready, which to me, Jeezy gave us a top 2 verse on War Ready.
Okay, I can agree with that.
Jeezy collaborations, man, he don't really miss on collabs very often.
Yes, he do.
Like I'm talking about,
yes, he do.
Wait a minute, listen.
Not on the top 10 ones.
Like that's what I was about to say. I'm talking about like if he bring like a Hove or Ross or one of them level niggas,
he gotta show out.
Like on them weird ass features, he because Jeezy can't rap that well. Like he's
not at all. Thank you. Thank you for bringing that out. He's not. Thank you.
I mean, yeah, and this is somebody who fuck with you. Like that's my guy, but Jeezy can't rap. Jeezy might tell you himself he's not a great rapper.
Please and thank you. I've been saying this about Tupac. I've been saying this about Tupac for the longest time, and niggas do not be wanting to hear me.
Tupac is more so legacy than actual rhyming and shit. Like I could care less about the rap.
But he'll get Pitch Perfect. That nigga, Pitch Perfect. That Pitch Perfect. Just that part. I remember like 7th grade probably was when I cared enough about bars. And the first time I ran that back, and then nigga, the Pitch Perfect. I was this nigga about to eat.
Yeah.
No, he ate on America's Most Wanted.
He did that. I'm sorry, yeah, he did that. It's just like there's nothing else I can think of aside from the hits. Where it's like I'm like, oh man, Tupac was crazy. He did this on this. He did. I could care less.
Yeah, no, that lyrical content. It was different then. So like I think he was an excellent spoken word poet type dude. I love that part about him and the fact that shit translates.
Okay, I'll give him that.
That just lets you know that like I feel like his talent was crazy heavy, man. But I just feel like the rap part of it, the shit when he was angry was the shit I liked the most.
So
like, like I'm not telling you that I don't think Pac was a great artist. I'm telling you that
artists. There we go. Artists and rappers.
Right. The shit that appealed to me the most is when he was angry.
When he was busting
out you bitch and like that shit right there. I'm like, yo, this is legendary.
But he felt it. It was more like the spoken word shit because he felt it.
Right. The emotion shit was the shit that like that shit worked for me. And you know, somebody will hear this and say we down playing Pac, and that's not what this is. This is just being honest about how we felt about the man overall. He like the game's not the game without him. Like we needed everything he brought to the situation and everything we took away from it, and that's the realest shit ever. But to say that he was like the most amazing rapper is like
prolific, profound.
yeah, like
I'm good.
let's be
These
honest.
niggas be delusional. These niggas really be and
It's
KP,
niggas
you
my
know
age.
exactly who I'm talking.
It's niggas my
He was
age
a
and older.
visionary. He was a I'm sure Uncle Luke don't want black niggas dying in the street too. I'm sure.
Like exactly.
I'm sure Uncle Luke hates seeing this on TV.
Just because he told them girls to pop their coochie don't mean he any less ethical than Tupac. That's what you
Right.
say.
Tupac killed
I'm
the
with that.
cop. Tupac killed the cop. We all rap about killing cops, but Tupac
That nigga did it. Yeah.
Yeah, real shit. Yo, that's funny.
Oh shit.
I mean, but you know, I'm not mad at the sentiment with that. And the reality is that you get like 10 extra points for, and this is fucked up, but you get 10 extra points for dying. Like in any creative
nigga,
like
y'all respect the one that got shot. I respect the shooter.
Yeah, like they like who how my man say? Fuck around, leave your man dead in the ocean. You be alright though, because you know dead rappers get better promotion. Like
yes,
that's not a seldom known fact. That's just real shit. When artists pass away, their bag increases. Unfortunately, it's unfortunate that it takes that, but realistically, it happens, and we watch it happen all the time.
All the time, it's still happening.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people who never heard of Dolph before Dolph got killed. Now everybody a young Dolph fan.
Yeah.
Man, my
IG feed. Nipsey had a steady following, but like after Nip passed,
Rob,
like
wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. Are you saying us as the followers, the Nipsey followers?
It was like 9 of us, and then
no, don't say us. Please don't let me in that conversation. I did not like Nipsey's rap. I liked him as a person and what he was doing.
Yeah.
But as far as the rap, that shit was corny to me. I'm sorry. I wasn't.
Hard work.
I fuck with Nipsey. Yeah,
I didn't feel it.
That's real. I really fuck with the fact that you acknowledge that, because there's so many niggas that'll be like, nah, bro. Ever since I listened to Nipsey before Hove boy.
Late stories about how I hate that shit, man. That shit is the worst shit in the world.
Yeah, I can't be one of them because I could not tell you any of the names of the songs. Mm-hmm. I listened to the I guess it was the posthumous album. Was it Victory Lap?
Victory Lap. He was alive when Victory Lap came out. But
I'm sorry.
It's his last album.
Yeah, I listened to that, and I was trying. I think I was trying to feel something that I didn't feel for the artist Nipsey Hussle.
Right.
But what I read about him and what I heard about him through through just research and social media and who he was, I was into that person. The interviews and stuff that I heard him speak, I was into that side of Nipsey Hussle. As far as the music, it did not resonate with me.
Can I tell y'all what's one of the most selfish things that I ever let come out my mouth?
What's up?
So when I found out, because like you know me, like KP knows me, I will unplug. I will unplug. I won't like for, you know what I mean? For a day, something like that. So I didn't know Nip died. I got to work on Monday and found out at work. KP McKinney told me. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, and she put her hand on my back. I'm like, oh. And she's like, you know what? Like his legacy gonna live on. Da, da, da. And I was like, bruh, we never gonna get the remix with Master P.
Bro wants some. I needed that track.
We not going.
We're never gonna get it.
The rap niggas remix.
Yeah, rap niggas is my shit. Here goes the thing for me with Nip, right? And I will not lie, like I had been on Nip from day one, but like maybe about the whole, like maybe the 6 months before he passed, I was really catching up and I was on that shit. So I like, you know how when you first find the artist and you really like them, you like, damn, like, all right, I'm looking for some more, because like a lot like you, Rob, I just like the shit he was saying, man. Like I like what he was preaching and the, you know, buying back the hood and all the jewels he was dropping.
He felt more like Tupac than any other artist that claims they're like Tupac. As far
Exactly.
as like, you know,
No,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right. 100%.
And I mean, and to that point, on the flip side of it, why don't we have more? We have one single from Nip since he died. Racks in the Middle, right?
Right.
We have 2 features that we know of so far. We got the joint on Deep Reverence, and then we got the joint on Ross album when he threw the shots at Tekashi. We got
Right.
those are the only verses we got left. So saying that to say, Nipsey is one of those rappers that like, I'm like, oh, you don't like rapping that much. All your songs be mad short. A lot of them be having features. You don't like Earl Sweatshirt is one of them dudes. Like, you don't really like rapping that much. You do it at a high level, but you really don't like rapping.
But you're not, it's not your
You know what I
favorite
mean?
thing to do.
Yeah.
Right.
So I forget where I was going with that. What equating that would be with Tupac.
Yo, Buggy, what's up? Vaughn, what's up? You fam. Yes, that's everyone gets great when they did. That's real shit.
absolutely.
And you are nobody until somebody kills you. Yo, Lynn, what's good with you? Yeah, no, that's that. All of those things are true. Unfortunate, but true. All right, hot takes, Rob. We 20 minutes in, and we that's how it always happens. We get started on one, and we just veer off into 10 other things.
But that was a great take.
No, it was absolutely worth the time. What's going on, though, good brother? What's on your mind?
Am I the only one that's over this? People feeling bad for Chris Rock? They acting like that nigga got shot or something in the street. Like, what the fuck? Like, who cares?
He's still rich.
Yeah, he's still rich. And who gives a fuck? Like everything I see is like a post. Well, not even a post. I see shit online where it's like, oh, we saw Chris Rock in the streets after post Will Smith. Like, what the fuck?
Yo, yeah, I did see this weird ass flex where I saw one boy take a picture of him and then put this weird ass caption up, and like he really doesn't look like himself. Like, bro, you know this man? Like, that's your homie? Like,
what the fuck?
Look what this has done to Chris. Like, bro, Chris is rich and okay.
When I see Chris gain full dexterity in his hands, that's when I'll think he's not okay.
That's a very good one. I like that's a good one.
when he go to get on stage and he's like, look, y'all, finger painting, and everything.
Oh shit, yo, that's funny. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm certainly not crying any tears.
I'm sorry. Fuck both of them. Like, I just don't care. It's been so dragged out in media that I'm over. Like, and I'm not a big media person. That's why I had to ask. Like, hey, what we talking about tonight? I didn't want to sound stupid.
Right.
So I'm not really big into media, and I'm not really big on the social platforms and nothing like that either. But that I've been hearing, like, I can go outside and people are talking. It's as awkward as going to the grocery store and hearing old women talk about, wow, girl, did you see that thing on Facebook that Maddie and them posted it? Yeah. It's as awkward as that when I go outside and somebody's like, oh, Chris Rock and Will Smith.
It's everywhere. It's absolutely everywhere.
Oh, he got suspended for 10 years.
I do wish I could like pause that moment and then save before it happened, and then put my controller in the player 2 and then make Chris Rock fight back just to see how like those two see the difference.
Oh man, if he fights back, we still talking about this shit today.
If he fights back, they are officially allowed to say nigger once a day on Fox News.
You know it.
One time a day.
Well, behavior like this, we can't forget the ER. This kind of behavior deserves that hard ER.
There's like a Wolf Blitzer breaks the glass on his show. He only does it once a season. You know what? I'm just going to say it.
Like screaming at the top of his lungs, like veins pulsing out his fucking forehead.
Like the whole aftermath. Well, like Candace Owens, Wolf Blitz is not a racist man. He deserves to say it in that moment. Now, do I think his approach was a little bit but we know Wolf Blitzer. We know that he goes there. Like, man,
if Candace Owens defends Wolf Blitzer because he's that's got to be like that's got to be like you know how they say like all the circles of hell have to align for the devil to come back. Like that's got to be
every gate of
proper
hell
alignment of every gate of the eternal fucking hell just opening up and coming back.
Since we still on the hot takes real quick, I think Candace Owens' box might be fire.
Whoa, hold up.
Candace Owens might be fire.
Okay, explain, because
I'm sitting closer for this. They're going to get all his forehead for this one. I'm sitting closer for this one.
Let me get the theory on this, bro.
Hear me out.
Okay.
Because if what we know of Candace Owens is true, ain't been many niggas in there. For real. And I know them the white boys that they not hitting the back of that motherfucking oven the way that she needed to be happening. That's how she's getting off the shit that she be getting off. Her box got to be immaculate.
So you feel like it's just that she ain't really had the right participant.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yes.
She needs somebody to how we say the other week, getting the nooks and crannies of that ass. You know all the goodness is in the nooks and crannies.
The viscosity. When you go like this, I guarantee you the viscosity is everything.
The viscosity. This nigga.
I guarantee. I'm not joking.
My man is giving vaginal science lessons. My man said,
and I'm here for
viscosity.
Hey, bro.
Thank you for inviting me to this episode. I am here. Hey, this is what I came for.
Rob, you really bring the best out of
so this is a surprise.
I think Rob brings the best out of me. I came up with that take right now because you know
today.
You know that I have takes that I don't be letting fly.
Right.
That was the ones that I just came up with.
Well, I appreciate you. Okay,
man, that is funny as hell.
I salute you. That was amazing because I would have never in 1,000 years, past my death, past my expiration, would have thought to ever think about Candace Owens' box. I would never think to tune her Gibson to a sound that I would like. I never would have thought that. Never would have thought that.
Viscosity. Like,
God damn.
If that was on your literally anything bingo, then you won for sure. God damn.
Absolutely.
Like, no way that I have viscosity in the vaginal viscosity, by the way.
Hey, let's be bro.
Look, he Googled it.
I looked it up because I had to make sure because niggas gonna run it back. I had to make sure D Hood know what he be talking about.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that shit is gonna be in the damn comments. I'm telling you.
Viscosity.
They're gonna put an emoji like
this. This emoji?
Yeah. They don't say viscosity because they probably can't spell it. But they're gonna put the emoji like this.
Oh shit.
It is a noun. The state of sticky and semi-fluid inconsistency due to internal friction. I knew what the nigga. I was bro. Boy Kid Wonder over here.
Hell yeah, I hear it.
Hey man, listen. That New Jersey education.
I hear it.
We number one in the country every year. I'm just gonna talk about it.
I mean, listen.
Talk your shit.
I wish you would find somebody to split White Horse Pike up into another block. Since you're so smart. And stop making everybody go full circles to make left turns. Since we're so goddamn in fucking battle with knowledge. Since we got so much goddamn smarts, can we stop making left hand fucking turns, circles all the time, and tell me why White Horse and Black Horse Pike go through the entire state? Them the two questions I need.
The White Horse Pike starts in Atlantic City and ends in Oregon.
That shit is that shit in Hawaii. It never fucking goes away. Like it goes through the ocean. White Horse Pike is forever. I fucking hate it. Like goddamn, that shit frustrates me. As soon as you give me some directions in Jersey, that's just say White Horse Pike. I ain't going.
Get me
lost, bro. That shit's everywhere. It's literally from AC to fucking Camden up to Trenton.
It is
like down to Cherry Hill. Why is White? Like fuck out of here, man. That shit dumb.
Because you only got that one turn. You cannot turn another way. That's why it just keeps going through.
Oh, that
have
shit.
you ever been on a long road trip and then they'd be like, "Oh, you missed your turn in 46 miles. Please make it." I'm like, oh,
like
we going somewhere different.
It's all right.
We going somewhere different.
We have changed the destination. All right, so I saw something on Instagram earlier that brought my hot take here, and it was I think it was on World Star. It was on something, and basically, the question was, could you live off of $10,000 a month? Could you live a good, healthy life off of $10,000 a month? Now, most of us regular, humble people who live on the planet Earth and have, lives grounded in reality would say, hell yes, I could live off of $10,000 a month. These motherfuckers on Instagram, I hate Instagram so much. Like, they really was like, ew. Like, niggas was really acting like somebody was like, dog, could you live in a studio apartment with 10 of your relatives for a year and a half? Like people was really responding as if this was the challenge. 10K a month? Y'all can't live off 10K a month? What the fuck are you doing with your life that $10,000 a month is insufficient?
Isn't it always the theoretical questions that get the most cap responses?
Absolutely.
Always that.
I mean, I do it.
See, that's so many places I want to go with this. And you did that on purpose. I'm gonna let you live though, because we already know you could figure it out off of $10,000 a month, but I don't know if dropping a tax bracket is gonna be good for you. Oh shit! But no, man, like the comments in this joint was wild though, bro. Like niggas is really in here on Instagram acting like they live the most lavish of lives. One boy comment was like, I spend $2,500 a month on weed. Wait a minute. First off, what are you smoking? Like, what?
I spend, and niggas gonna know, I spend $170 a month, usually $340 if it's a good month.
But guess what? And that's still quality. That's not no bullshit. Like, what is he smoking on, and how often is he smoking that $2,500?
No. You asking the wrong question. You should ask who's the dealer, because they are robbing that man if he's paying that a month. Mm-hmm. It ain't what he's smoking; it's who's robbing him.
No, it also is, nigga. What you smoking?
Here's a suggestion. Cocaine is probably the answer. No, real shit. You spend $2,500 a month on marijuana. First off, you need better friends because they probably smoking all your weed. Second off, you need a dealer because he's lying to you. And lastly, like, what do you do? Do you just sleep and wake up and then smoke and then go back to sleep? Because
do you even sleep?
This is what I'm saying. But no, you gotta go to sleep because if you smoking $2,500 worth of weed, you're gonna fall asleep at some point. Like, that's just part of the physics of it. You can't smoke that much weed and not fall asleep.
But no, maybe he has like this Rube Goldberg machine that just lights it every time he like dips out and just comes. All
right. Unless they lacing that shit with fentanyl or some weird shit. Like you got, like, I can't, like, listen, bro. As a adult man throughout my life, and the times where I've decided to smoke marijuana and get high as a motherfucker, I've gotten high as a motherfucker on occasion before.
Can I tell y'all?
And guess what? Wait a minute. Never at any point have I done anything other than just got sleepy at the end of that shit. Hungry, sleepy. And that shit all got a shelf life. You have to fucking chill. Like, and that's just, again, all this is assuming that he's telling the truth. And what he's, the Instagram,
which I can't believe none of that shit.
Because it's gotta be like, no, that's weird. Wait a minute, this is funny as hell. The weed is laced with Candace Owens essence.
That viscosity, right?
Viscosity.
Hey,
so that explains.
And when she, when she give him brain, I guarantee you she give you that luminosity.
Yo, Candace.
He just took me to fucking church, and I don't go to
I
church.
did not think that we would get any of this out of this Candace Owens thing.
This is beautiful, yeah. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
Hey, last night, have you seen when this happens? Bro, I live in Jersey. I live in New Jersey.
Okay.
I break my little grinder open. I bust the bottom. I wonder what's in here. I wonder if it's accumulated anything. Because you know that the angel dust be catching in the bottom. I call it
Keef.
Oh.
The good Keef.
I was like, oh, I got like a good bit. I'm trying to shimmy. The whole shit falls in. And my dumb ass said, I'm a big smoker now. No, I'm not. I ate half of a lobster pizza from Chicken Pete's.
Yo, hold up. Wait a minute.
Well, nigga, sometimes you got race. I don't know.
That was you.
I ate half of a pizza from Chicken Pizza, lobster pizza. Ate mad French fries and cheese sauce. Woke up at 2:00 in the morning. Well, first of all, on my way to sleep, I ate a whole box of her Swiss rolls.
Oh shit! You must have got in trouble for that.
Yeah, you did all camera. What about the Swiss rolls, nigga?
Don't forget my motherfucking Swiss rolls.
Get my fucking Swiss rolls.
She texted me this morning and said, so I texted her. She said, babe, ... I said, yes. She said, why is there only 2 Swiss rolls? I said, a ghost.
Listen, she was back there like Will Smith. What about my fucking Swiss rolls?
Yes.
Keep my fucking Swiss
The
rolls.
Swiss rolls out your mouth.
Oh shit! This nigga done got cussed down.
This nigga done died in fucking. Somebody get him.
Oh
Lord.
This brother here, man.
Oh god.
I'm out here chilling.
My man. Yeah.
Yo, you know what's crazy?
Fucking Swiss rolls out your mouth.
I laughed. I'm sober right now. I laughed, fell, and just didn't realize that I was laying on the floor.
You gonna get a style in your eye. And listen, bro. The missus has spoken, and them Swiss rolls ain't worth your eye.
At all.
Swiss rolls out
your Keep my fucking Swiss rolls out your fucking mouth.
That is impeccable.
That's definitely what it felt like. Cause like I said,
man.
You was running down the shit, and she was from the back with it. Like you,
absolutely.
Yeah, the Swiss rolls. Don't forget.
She put him in his Chris Rock moment and shit. He said, God, okay, I will.
Oh man, fucking Swiss rolls. That's
awesome. That's awesome.
So in the first 40 minutes of the show, Swiss rolls and Candace Owens are the chief proprietors of a lot of what we're dealing with here. So
absolutely. Listen, invite me back as much as y'all want. This shit is hilarious.
And last night I thought I was Chief Keef. Found out I wasn't.
Oh man, that is funny though. Yeah, no. Sometimes, man, you take that challenge on, and you end up eating everything in the goddamn house and waking up days like, damn.
I threw up at 2:00 in the morning
because you ate too much shit.
I threw up so much, like the whole sink, and I couldn't. It's 2 feet from the sink to the toilet. I couldn't make it to the toilet. Full shit up.
You ever been 6 months pregnant and have a man eat your Swiss rolls? Damn, dog.
Hey, it feel different, don't it?
She chopping your shit up over here, bro.
It feel different, don't it?
She over here giving you hell, bro.
Hey, you ever been 6 months pregnant and let a nigga eat your Swiss rolls? It feels different, don't it?
It's amazing how the same question has a completely different meaning.
Different connotation.
Yeah.
It's the
You ever been
viscosity.
6 months pregnant?
Oh shit,
It's
that
the-
viscosity.
It's the viscosity for me.
Yo,
She regretted her face is so red.
yo. All right,
I'm sure.
I'm gonna move on to something only because I want to make sure because I know one of these next three is going to take us way far off. So I'm gonna start here. Now we've mentioned the brother Clifford Harris and his comedy exploits in Atlanta so far, and he went and he had a good showing in his first little open mic situation. Then he put together a show upon which he hopped on the stage in the middle of a young lady's set because she was talking crazy about him. That was kind of weird, but we felt like that might have been a good look for her. Well, he traveled outside of the A to do his comedy thing for the first time this week, and it did not go well. It and to be fair, expectedly, it did not go well because I, for the one, fully expected him to bomb his first time outside of Atlanta. Like I never at any point thought he would go to another city and get that love, and then for him to make New York the second stop. Like New York's like the stand-up comedy mecca. Like it's like New York, LA, Chicago,
LA.
Philly. Like those are the places where you cut your teeth stand-up comedy wise. Like, bro, you went there looking for that, and they gave him exactly what the fuck he was looking for.
He got all the
His
smoke
ass.
expeditiously.
Yeah, took the words right out
Fucking
of my mouth.
dickhead for going like.
He was indubitably dismissed.
And I heard he was like the second or third off from like the final act or something.
Yeah, he
I
was
just heard
way further up on the lineup than he should have been, based on what he does or what he's done. He's up on. He was that further up on the line because he's T.I.
Now let's keep it a beam, right? T.I. is definitely one of my favorite rappers. Is he in my top 10? Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah.
But he's one.
Some
of my favorite moments have come at the expense of T.I., right? With that being said, T.I. is not a good enough rapper to just be getting on somebody's stand-up stage.
Right.
Like I don't think his legacy warrants. I'm gonna do stand-up. I don't even find that nigga funny. What was he funny?
No, it's a weird flex for him. I've tried to listen to. I watched some of the show and no. I've heard some of the podcasts and again no. But he seems like one of those guys who is funny around his peers, or just because he's paying them niggas. I don't know. But he seems like that guy, and somebody said, "Hey, you need to try this."
But
I think he comes off very caricature-ish, if that makes sense. Like big words and the accent. I think those things are the things that people find endearing about him. And when he does and says certain things with those mannerisms, it can be amusing. But I don't think he, as an entity, is just a funny dude. Like that's what I don't get from him. But I get why people would think that he's funny. I get that. Again, like I said, with the big words and his
name being fucking Clifford, you're named after a big red dog.
Exactly. Like there are things there, but I like him being T.I. is the reason why he can cross over into something like that. Simple as that. There's no other reason. No, I don't disagree with that. He absolutely should stay out of that shit. But he can because of what he's done, and people won't tell him no, particularly in the area where he's from, because he's done so much shit down there. Like he's got so many foundations laid down there. Who's not gonna let T.I. come into a comedy club and do his thing? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, Meek Mill not funny, but if Meek showed up at the comedy club and was like, "Let me get 3 minutes," niggas would be like, "Whatever." Then
if Meek Mill brings a fucking bucket of ice to slip on, I'll laugh. I love it. I eat that shit the fuck. That nigga.
We loved it when that nigga did that front flip off that trampoline.
Man,
that was funny. That was funny. If Tip got on stage and did a front flip off a trampoline, I'll laugh my ass off.
That's it. That's all he got to do. Good night, folks. That's it.
And get killed in American Gangster. That's it.
You blot that shit. It's 100% alpaca. You blot that shit. Like, yo, when I tell you that is one of the funny, I don't know why that shit is so funny to me. Like, I don't have a reason for that shit being amusing, but every time I hear that part of that, I crack the fuck up.
Think of
you know what? I wanted my kids to spill shit, and of course, did not have no alpaca at all now. I just wanted them to spill something so I can say that to them. That's how influential that line was to me. Okay?
Think
The
of
good fucking line.
all of the Hollywood royalty in that movie. There's
Yeah.
a lot of niggas in that movie who do not belong there.
Yeah.
See, but here
believe
I know
that.
where you're about to go. Tip did good in that movie. That's the
Oh,
best
he
role.
did.
That's
He
his
did.
favorite.
But
That's one of my favorite roles
easy.
from Tip.
That is my easy.
Because he kind of got to be, I would say, kind of a version of himself. I mean, because he's Southern and shit like that. He kind of got to be a version of him. I'm not actual self, but he got to be like, he got to play with what he knows. I would say.
And even it like that could be Tip if the cards kind of fell differently. Like that trajectory in that movie, like being a baseball nigga and
Right.
And my uncle put me on and this and that,
Yeah.
and I'm smart and I'm this. That really could be him. That's why he shines.
That's why I felt so good. Yeah, that felt right.
But also,
I mean, the viscosity was there for that role.
I ain't gonna say all that.
Listen, man.
You might want to talk to thick ass left.
It's wild, yo. Shout out to left, man. My nigga's not here, but no. Tip got to humble himself a little bit. Otherwise, the game's gonna humble him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's just it ain't nothing nobody can do about that.
Cut them little chicken strips off the top of your head, my boy. Yo, T.I. dreads could not have lasted the Lil Flip era.
No.
They would have cooked, buddy.
Yeah. Put him in full blast. Like, it's bad out there.
All the chicken strips.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's typical.
Wow.
I bet you don't move.
Chicken strips is fucking wow. All right, so my man Fat Joe, and I say my man lightly and loosely. It's not that I dislike Fat Joe. I don't know. I just don't understand why we started listening to the things he had to say so much lately. Like, when did this happen? Like, before, nobody gave a fuck what Fat Joe said. Only people who cared about what Fat Joe said was Khaled and fucking and Remy. These are the only two niggas that listen to Fat Joe or anything he had to say. And then all of a sudden, like, everybody gives a fuck about Fat Joe's opinion.
Yeah, he's a voice. He's a voice now.
Yeah, like, and that shit happened like very weirdly. I missed that memo. I did not get the email. Maybe I'm not on the chain. I don't know. But I didn't get the Fat Joe is like one of those guys now. But I digress, because of course I'll sound like I'm hating. I'm not. That's just my opinion. Fat Joe was being asked about artists sounding dated. And this is an interesting conversation. And it's one that we as a podcast have often, because we are very much a proponent of letting the music age and then going back to it. It's the reason why we had the Dipset conversation months before Dipset and the Locks ever happened. When I sat up here and told people, I just don't think that music aged well, y'all. And people told me I was crazy and I got a lot of shit. And then 6 months later, when the Locks was killing them niggas on their stage, I came right back here and was like, like, niggas, I told y'all that shit didn't age well. Like, but either way, that's just a conversation that we have here a lot. Joe kind of got into the thing of where he felt like he was outshining his peers, and that a lot of people from his age make dated sounding music, and that's not a problem for him. My problem with Fat Joe saying this is that when the fuck did Fat Joe make some music? I don't remember any new Fat Joe music. Do we have Fat Joe music? Like, I looked, I didn't see anything for this year. I seen like a single with some weird shit that I hated.
In 2020, he let Eminem smoke him on that song.
Yeah, I remember that. But that was like, what was that from? That was just like a one-off? It was just
that was on the album. That was on
his album?
It was on a Fat Joe album. Yeah.
Oh, man.
On a Fat Joe album. You know how ridiculous that sounds?
That is tied for the best Eminem verse that we've had in the last 5 years.
Really? What the fuck have I been?
Eminem smoked that. He ain't do all that.
I'm sure Eminem probably, because I mean, it's not hard to smoke Fat Joe.
No. He smoked just this in general.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Like what he said, how he gave Nick Cannon some shots, and he really.
I remember that
he slow walked that
verse.
verse. He slow. Yeah, he had like a cut my balls off for you, Nick. You know what I mean? He had like a line.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta run that back.
I mean, don't. But I mean,
Don't get out of hand. I didn't say the shit was
don't,
worth running back.
Don't do nothing crazy.
It happened.
I ain't say those numbers was going to come out tonight. Don't put the money down.
Don't put no money.
Because honestly, it's been 2 years. That may not have aged well by this point.
Right. Ooh, I didn't think about it like that. Yeah.
Now here's the thing, right? I feel like, again, when you have a platform and people are listening to you, I think sometimes that can tend to like
cloud judgment,
false sense of confidence. I'll say.
Yeah.
I think Joe, because people are now listening to Joe, like post Joe being a big time musician, and I think Joe's like now just a dope social media presence, and people like that a lot. That he's kind of misremembering the music side of it. Like Joe, you were okay. You had some hits. There was some shit popping off of there. Yeah. You relied very heavily on features. I don't remember a Fat Joe song that I liked that didn't have someone else on it outside of like the first album. Like Jealous One's Envy is a hard ass New York like boom bap album. That shit's fire. That first album, the very first Fat Joe album, is crazy, especially for the era of hip hop that it was. It was fire. But then as soon as Fat Joe like became this whole like this persona of whatever this like I don't know, man.
Don Cartagena.
Yeah, like after that, it was just like and then when Pun died, it just went down even further. Rest in peace, Pun. But like it's just the
hardest verse that Fat Joe ever spit. Is it a secret that Pun wrote his verse on Deep Cover?
No, you can hear it. You can hear it.
I know. You can.
It's a big Pun song.
Yeah,
never rap like that again.
At all. Ever in his fucking life.
He never.
Yesterday's Joe was never that other Joe. He never rapped like that.
Yes.
Facts. No,
he never did that.
Yeah, I don't understand the whole we care about Fat Joe thing. But he brought up a good point about certain artists though. And I was thinking about Nas with this, right? And how King's Disease and King's Disease 2 is like killing it as far as his streaming numbers. And this is like the most, as far as like success, this is the most success Nas has had in his career.
Yeah, right now in these albums.
Large scale success. Not respect from the underground.
He found his
pocket, right? Like
he found his what's the name I'm looking for? Go ahead.
Yeah,
his viscosity.
Yeah.
Yo. His viscosity for the luminosity.
Oh man. No, he's there, but there's something to be said for that though, because again, like I said, we look at a lot of these people who were like popping in between like 2000 and 2010, and then you go back and listen to their music now, and you like, man, I don't want to hear this anymore.
Oh,
like, and Nas is still making like music for niggas. Like, crazy.
He found his Quincy Jones. That's what it is. He found his Quincy Jones.
Right.
I believe that.
Hit Boy. Yeah, Hit Boy has
the funniest shit ever.
Niggas shit out of him, bro.
Niggas was hitting Hit Boy on Twitter and was like, nigga, where was you at 02? He was like, I was in 6th grade. But niggas was really on his bumper about like, yo, where was you at when he was throwing them ducks at the wall? I was in grade school.
See, but that's the world and that's what I mean about social media. It gives everybody a platform to just be a dickhead. Like that man, like who gives a fuck where he was then? Let's be happy he's here now. One of the greatest rappers ever has found a new spark to really put quality work out with beats that he's never we never had quality beats from Nas. We always got great work from Nas. We had a few here and there, but he would work with like crazy producers and still you wouldn't like the beat. Like you like, damn, like I don't like this. Like
I say this all the time. Like, let's leave Illmatic where Illmatic is at, because obviously that's the best Nas album, top to bottom in every category. But the best produced Nas album before King's Disease and like before 2020 to now, the best produced Nas album is Life Is Good by a landslide.
Okay.
Yes.
By a landslide.
Absolutely. Agreed. Although
I think it was too. They could have trimmed the fat on that.
Yeah, Summer on Smash can get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, that was trash. But they could have trimmed that down.
Yeah.
But it was a really good album, like subject matter and every. I think because of again, it could be like where I was at the time and shit like that. Like I was really like just like 444 was like an album where now, if this was 10 years ago, I probably wouldn't appreciate 444. But like right now in my life, I'm like,
amazing.
yes, it's amazing,
album, man.
Yeah.
Like it's just such a good album. But real quick, hot take, and I get a lot of flack for this, and I don't care because that's how it is. While I submit that Illmatic is Nas' most critically acclaimed work and it's groundbreaking and it changed hip hop, it is not my favorite Nas album.
Not mine.
Oh, that's fine.
It Was Written is still my favorite Nas album. And I'll tell you why. Because to me,
now I need this.
Well, because It Was Written was right after Illmatic. Like, and usually that second album, it's like that easy tail off that you expect. But if you're talking about a complete piece sonically as a work from front to back, It Was Written was a more well put together album. Started all the way up with the arc of it, from the message, like even with the intro. Hey Nas, hey boy, like he do the whole little slave intro. He born him in. Then the message, then Street Dreams, then he go all the way up to If I Ruled the World, and that's how the album closed. Like sonically, that album is fucking perfect. It's a goddamn
step up.
Now there are some songs where whatever, but I'm talking about
Was
like
that Dr. Knock Boots era?
You said what?
Was Dr. Knock Boots on that on that album?
No. That was
the next one, right?
That was the next one, which I hated. This album has Shootouts. It has Street Dreams. It has If I Ruled the World. It had the joint with Mobb Deep, Real Nigga Rap. It got quite a few. He has a couple of. I Gave You Power. It got that on there. Like that It Was Written album was like, for me, like I said, I get that I'm in the minority with that. It's my favorite Nas album personally.
No, you're not wrong with that. It's a good fucking album.
My favorite.
Now, if you would have said I Am, I would have threw up a little bit, but you said it right,
And niggas who was out in the streets then remember the bootleg version that I Am dropped, and then the album dropped, and that was not the same thing.
Not the same album,
niggas was like, what happened? We had a plastic with Project Window and a couple others.
Right, let me clear this up. The retail version of I Am.
Right. That's
because I had the bootleg I Am, and I was disappointed. And I was a kid, and I was disappointed.
Man, it was such a. I don't even have it in me right now. Just like for one of my favorite artists, just such a disappointing moment that they did whatever they did with that.
It's funny when you look at the trajectory, because if you think about it, Nas is really Tupac's wildest dreams.
Whoa, I like this.
Go ahead. You gotta elaborate.
You can't drop.
Nigga,
you can't take this shit to my front lawn and then walk off, nigga. You gotta go.
Both of the niggas don't. Both of the niggas have an amazing body of work, right? Like if we're boiling their whole, 4 albums in 10 years, nigga, I could divide. That was a fact.
Right.
A fact.
Right.
If Jay-Z threw them bars at Tupac at the time,
I would have shot him. I would have shot him. Keep my album out your fucking mouth.
He's not wrong.
And then, but Hove was kind of slick. Hove might have said, "No, you keep your albums out your fucking mouth."
Oh shit!
But
that's funny.
Because people think that I don't hate Tupac. There's songs by Tupac that I love. I subscribe to. I do want the message, but I want bars too. And Tupac does not give that to me. The only bars that I love by Tupac is when he robbing a nigga. So like that's the Tupac that I subscribe to. If he don't say Picture Perfect first, I'm probably not gonna listen to it. Or if he's not denying something, I'm probably not going to.
That is 98 fucking percent of his fucking catalog.
And also, if he didn't make the assortment of songs in 6 days and about 12 hours, I probably don't want to listen to it.
You need him under a certain motivation.
Yeah,
absolutely.
If he's not getting around, I don't want to listen to it. But think about how much Tupac music we have and all of this. I mean, let's keep it a bean. People love Tupac. It is what it is. I think they love the person more than they love the music, but they convince themselves through the nostalgia that they love Tupac as a whole. You don't. You love that man as who he was.
Right.
If we pull that 4 albums in 10 years, nigga, I could divide. And he said that to Pac, that would apply. It would.
So I see what you're saying now. All right.
And now, like, do we think Pac was gonna rap forever? Let's keep it 1,000. Do you really think Pac was gonna rap forever?
Fuck
no.
And let's keep it a bean. If Pac and Big were alive, and I'm not trying to turn this into a Pac versus Big show, I'm not. But if Pac and Big were alive, Big would continually give us bars, and I think Pac would continuously be relevant and give us something else. I think that he would find his producer, and I think that he would give us 3 classics in the same fucking 2 years.
It'll be Hit Boy.
So, like I said,
Hit Boy.
Yeah. Nas is Pac's wildest dreams.
I like that.
I like that a lot, actually.
I'm gonna make that into a shirt. I really, really like that.
I definitely.
That's a good take.
And the argument is sound. I understand exactly what you're saying. That's why I needed you to elaborate, though.
Nigga, I be getting on here doing funny shit. I be on here doing funny shit every week. Niggas be forgetting that I'm smart. Like I had a nigga on at work like last week. Hey, nigga, I'm like, oh, you think I'm stupid?
It's always like that. You gotta
because
remind
I'm
them,
doing the math.
You gotta remind them sometimes. Niggas need to be reminded. Speaking of being reminded, hold up, wait a minute, because I just gotta.
Please don't play "Reminder" by Jay-Z because that song is fucking terrible.
Jesus, such a bad song.
Reminder.
Like it's a really bad song. I think I need to get you. Like it's a really bad song, bro.
Who is that woman?
What's that? That's Kingdom Come, right? Or is that Blueprint 3?
Blueprint 3.
Blueprint, BP. Blueprint 3 shouldn't even been made. Like, what was they doing?
I love the Community. This is just because it tastes good.
All right. So this is a live looking at one Mr. Cam Newton. I wanted to make sure that we had our live footage before we started talking about my man.
Thank you.
This is
because when I first saw, I did not see, and it's your fault. I did not see the interview, and as soon as I turned it on, I'm like, boom! This is what this nigga looks like. Who the fuck cares about his opinion?
So as we check in with my main man Cam, looking like he's up to something plotting against Sonic right now.
He's like, ooh, bitches.
So here's the thing, right? Again, and we just said when it came to Fat Joe, sometimes when people have like influence or a voice or a space to talk,
they should shut the fuck up. Just stop talking. He tried to sound profound, like he was really giving knowledge. Shut the fuck up. You're Cam Newton. Nobody cares like that. And the people that you fucking are affecting, you know what I mean? They're going to be out here talking stupid. Stop talking.
Talk, nigga. Yeah, you ain't saying you're wrong. Talk, nigga.
I was so upset watching that, like, because no, I don't mean like, I'm a bad bitches. I mean the ones that say, oh, I'm a bad bitch. I don't mean bitch as in, shut the fuck up. Shut up.
First off,
can I interject for 1 second?
Something, he felt the need to walk it back. That was the funniest part to me. Like, he was like, bad bitches, but not bitches.
Not bitches.
Yo, Cam just got to be quiet, bro. Go ahead.
Y'all know he gay, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
Hold up, wait a
like,
minute.
like this is y'all remember when Neo leaked that picture of him getting topped by a chick? Like, we know where you were going with this, sir. Just
wait a minute. Does he look gay? Do you? I had to double check it for you. Like the hat's a little suspect, but you know, I'm not.
Honestly, it's not the look.
No, I'm
it's
fucking
not.
with you.
It's just like it's my nigga. Like, just be gay. Like, it's cool. Like, you really might come back. Like, you really might make a roster. Just like in today's climate, just be who you are. Just
here's the thing. All right,
you know what I mean?
This is not the first time where he said some weird shit to a female or about women.
Yeah.
About women, yeah.
So a couple years ago, a female reporter asked him something about his receivers running routes, and he literally looked this woman in the eyes and laughed at her and said, "It's funny to hear a girl asking about routes." Like, quote, nigga. Like, that's literally what his response was. And I'm like, bruh, like, this woman's clearly a professional football reporter. She's asking you a technical football question, and your response is, "It's funny to hear."
But like he moves,
damn, dog.
He moves in a way in which that I'm like, bro, like, your dad is not asking you, do you like pussy anymore, my nigga? And like, I've said this for years.
Right.
Your dad is not watching you as y'all walk through the mall to see if you looking at ass or not.
Just be you, bro.
You made it to the league already.
Bro, he gives me like if bruh man from the 5th floor was a fashionista. Like, he gives me that's
or fucking villain in Batman and shit.
That big ass dancing nigga that be in bowling alleys.
Yes, I can't stand that nigga. I'm sorry, I cannot stand that nigga.
I don't understand what that's about and why we made that a thing where Bull go like
I seen it.
And pop lock. Like, that shit weird to me. Like,
but people give that nigga a platform. People love that shit.
Yo, you got the Cosby Show apple juice again, bro. I think you had this last time.
And that's the Martinelli's? That's the Martinelli's?
Yes.
Fire.
Bro got the Cosby Show apple juice again. I remember.
I would have put on the sweater, but it's hot as shit.
Hold on, let me.
No, it's cool. But yeah, man. So Cam, they asked Cam, what was he on? $1 million worth of game. So that's where this interview took place at. And essentially, he's like, you know, these women think they bad bitches and they can't even cook, and just so many things that have nothing.
It was just all ugly, yeah. It was
all just weird, man. Somebody's got to rein him in when he gets in these spaces, man. And I don't know that $1 million worth of game as his publicist is the place that I'm sending him. Like, I'm just not sending Cam to go on that platform and talk.
You know what's the funny thing about $1 million worth of game? These is not trained professionals. These niggas know what they doing.
Yeah, absolutely. They dated him.
Rollo's an ex-con.
Yes.
Rollo, like respect the Rollo. Like, I respect the shit out of Rollo for fighting through all his shit. But we're not gonna act like Rollo went to broadcasting school. Like, that's not what this is. We're not gonna act like Gilly not a nigga from Erie Avenue. Like, we not gonna
Erie Avenue.
Like, y'all not on the Today Show when y'all going to talk to these niggas. This is not that. This is not.
Give a nigga 17 years of idle time.
This ain't none of the Jimmies. This ain't none of them, dog. Like, stop going on these places thinking y'all being over comfortable and just saying weird shit.
Whatever, right?
These two niggas was dancing with millions of dollars with Dirk, shooting a trap video. You gotta understand they got range with shit, but you can't go there and be as comfortable as they are. If
Gilly wrote Fireman,
you can't go there and be as comfortable as they are. You can't. That's not for everybody to do.
But you wait.
I caught up. He got too comfortable and started talking dumb shit.
But you know who did it well? Jalen Ramsey.
Jalen Ramsey did do it. But you know what? Jalen Ramsey is consistent, though. Like, he talks like that and has from the time he got in the league.
Yes.
So that's different. Because when you ain't never been talking that crazy shit, and then you get on like
this nigga Jalen said they was like, oh, they was hazing. He was like, I did some of it. But let's be clear. I got drafted by the Jags. So I already knew I was starting when I got there. So I'll do some of it.
Who the fuck is y'all to tell me to do anything? Y'all know y'all play for Jacksonville, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of $1 million worth of game, and this was not on the hit sheet, but I want to know how niggas. What's up, y'all hear about the Gilly and Wiz situation? Wiz,
Yeah.
I felt like that was corny.
Yeah, it was corny.
It's corny for
On
who?
fucking Gilly part. That
Gilly
was
part.
corny as shit.
Corny.
You just dog, like fuck, like why do you care about this man's shorts that hard when you on, like, fuck him, like, whatever.
And as a caveat to that, you will not say that to Wiz's face.
No, not at all. I don't think so.
We know, Gilly, we know you nice with them things, but have you seen that man kick a heavy bag? You don't want that problem, bro. You really don't. You really don't.
Right.
Wiz one
Like,
yeah.
And the only reason I heard about it was because people was like, "Oh, you gotta follow Wallow new page." What the fuck do I care for? Like, why do I care? You gotta follow his new page because Wiz Khalifa. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
the fuck about none of that shit.
I thought it was weird for I also thought it was weird that Gilly made it like a big thing, like
fucking deal, right?
Like I didn't think it was that big of a deal. But I also know that it gets clicks, and that's what they're looking for. So you gotta respect.
Gotta click the fuck off Instagram too, right?
Yeah. I mean, shit, but he 200 something. He gonna
end up
with he had. Honestly, if we being honest,
with media, that's why I don't really subscribe to it, because it all seems like it's smoke and mirrors. Like to me, that seems like he did that on purpose, because that, like I said, people in the street was telling me, "Yo, you have to follow Gilly's new page because of this Wiz situation." I'm like, what? Why? What are we talking about? But I always think everything's a setup. I may be like conspiracy theory Rob. Maybe I need to change my name. But I always think like the media shit is all like a ruse. You know what I mean? Like, it's bullshit.
There's always, and anybody who's a fan of us understands that I live by the mantra that none of that shit is real.
Like, yeah, absolutely.
Like anything you see on there is put there for you to consume, and you should take everything you get on social media with the approach of a consumer. There's some caution. There's some
in a fucking bear trap. Like it's there to fucking pull you in.
Right. So but I mean, to the original point of it, North Philly niggas got a habit of clowning people for everything.
Yes. I am one of those North Philly niggas.
I too am one of those North Philly niggas. So I can't front like I didn't find it funny.
It's hilarious. It's fucking hilarious. Yeah, fucking hilarious.
I didn't think it was that big. Maybe because I come from that world. Like, nigga, I'll wear them little booty shorts when I slam niggas. Like, take it how you want to take it.
All right, y'all. Thanks.
I was nothing here because I'll wear them booty shorts when I slam niggas is a wild sentence.
Wow, sentence,
I really need you to rewind there. And you're like, I'll wear them booty shirts when I slam niggas is wow. You
will always make me leave the show, dog.
Beanie Siegel wow right now. You like one level below Beanie Siegel wow right now.
Oh nah, Beanie Siegel. Bro. From the jail, niggas is legendary. They'll knock you out, drag you to your cell, and suck your dick.
He was not playing, man.
They don't
want to. I don't think he was playing.
Suck your dick.
Hey yo, bro. Here's the thing, right? If you've never in your life had a reason to stay out of prison, like if none of that scared straight shit worked. Seeing your pops get locked up, your brother, uncle, dad, niggas get murdered. If none of those things in your motherfucking life that you may have witnessed stopped you from wanting to be a criminal, that man, that little 45-second blurb of that man telling you that the most legendary nigga in jail will punch you in your face and suck your dick, like,
yo,
what?
But you know what's the scared straight part for me? You know what's the scared straight
that
part?
He's not lying?
No, beyond knowing that can happen. The thought of I'm just handling mink. It's so kind of good. Oh, I'm home again. Oh, like
I'm home again.
And you look down and there's a nigga with a Sunni bopping his shit. Nigga on there bopping his shit, bro.
Oh God. Like just full beard nigga.
Yo, like really giving you like he watched every Pinky movie that he ever could get his hands on.
Oh.
It was on there knocking your shit back. Yo, North Philly niggas gotta take it. I mean, South Philly niggas gotta take an L for that.
Oh,
no, Philly as a city really got. I
know. Philly gotta take L.
And then on top of that,
oh man,
I ain't even gonna do it. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You already there.
Wait, real quick. Literally Anything podcast for the people. We are an hour and 15 minutes in. Thank y'all for joining us. Got the brother Daquan the chef, my man, Rob Riley, really, KP, aka Disturbed Genius. What's up with y'all? Thank you for joining us. Shout out to everybody who's checked us out up to this point. Shout out to everybody who check in going forward. Hello, Mom. That's my mother, everyone. She insists that every time she types hello that I make sure everyone addressed. So, hi, Mom.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Oh my God.
My mom is watching this.
I really feel bad.
Listen, bro. So we're on episode. Today is episode number 42. I tell you, for our first, I'd say 15, 20 episodes, my mom would call me Friday and say, y'all talk about a lot of nasty shit and y'all cuss too. So yeah, y'all cuss a lot too.
That's the stinger right there.
Man, hey, my mom understands the risk of clicking that button when she comes on here. She lets me know about it often, and that's okay. But yeah, listen, as a North Philly nigga, I fuck with South Philly brothers a lot. I talk a lot of shit. Y'all got to hold the L for Beans giving us that story, even if it's true. You got you like
keep it 1,000 with you. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. There's North Philly, there's West Philly. I'm from East Philly, but realistically speaking,
Jersey.
most of the white people in Philly, I feel like, is in South Philly. So you must have learned it from them.
Listen, no, and that's the funny thing, right? Because when you in South Philly, right, what you got to realize is that
ain't the neighborhood down there too?
No, that's Center City. That's downtown.
That's
downtown. That's like kind of
of course downtown, right?
Yeah,
great.
That's their whole thing. So I remember when I worked in South Philly, and I worked in like the real South Philly, not like where all the black people are, but like where most of the white people are. I worked at Fronton, Oregon. Like, bro, it's different down there because it's a real lot. There are a lot of like Vietnamese and Cambodian people in that area too, along with black people, along with white people, and nobody likes anybody. At least when I was down there, like everybody hated every fucking body else. At least that was the vibe I got. It's just a very strange neighborhood.
I was in South Philly one time and I got called the M word. I had to be like 17. And the thing, being called a nigger didn't. It was like a car went by, nigger, like one of them things.
A drive-by nigger.
Yeah. So like the thing that made me the most mad, and like my friends were laughing at me. At first they were like, "Are you okay?" And then I started to tear up, and I was like, "We're in the North." The Constitution
like the north
was
of the
up
country.
The street.
Yo.
Yes.
This nigga said we're in the north.
What
in the Civil War? Like fucking going on with you?
It's called the Philadelphia Union, bitch. Not the Philadelphia Confederacy. There's no stadium in fucking Chester, Pennsylvania that has Confederate flags in there. Bitch, y'all lost.
Little did you know, Chester is like North Philly
Junior
County.
North
Philly County. You have never in your whole life
That's ugly.
where 5 blocks contains more violence than you could put in a whole fucking like metropolis. Like Chester's fucking wow.
After work, when I used to work at the airport, when I had to drop, I think it was 2 people off in Chester, I never stopped the car. I never stopped the car.
Hell no, duck and roll, nigga. You better
You gotta do what you gotta do,
bro.
I'm not opening the door either.
Unless you live
get out the window.
Like if you live on like 13th Street, 14th Street, you all right because the Widener cops and like that's where the cops be. But like if you gotta drop a motherfucker off on like 8th Street, no, nigga, you need to be aware because shit's like all them lower number blocks in Chester is wild. Chester's a wild ass place, bro. That's it's just very crazy that such a little ass area could be notorious for being like the craziest shit ever.
My very, very, very white, not naive, but just very white best friend Josh. He dropped Shorty off from work. So he used to work at the Golden Nugget in Atlantic City. Okay. And if you know anything about the Golden Nugget, Harris, and the Borgata, they're not on the strip. They're off to the side. Now, in between Atlantic City and those casinos is a little place called Back Merlin. It's spelled Back Maryland, but we call it Back Merlin. With that being that right there, that's where a lot of the shit, like most of the shit happens. A lot of it, like some years, like 50%.
My man is our Atlantic City aficionado, as he was raised there, so he know like the other shit other than the casinos.
Josh, being from where the white people live at, like Egg Harbor City, 13 miles that way. Chick asked, and I'm not gonna say her because I know I'll be name dropping. I can't say her name because she has such a peculiar name that niggas gonna know exactly what I'm talking about, and I can't do it.
Yeah, let's not open niggas' cases like you love to on these airways.
So Josh, she was on the phone arguing or something like that, and she was like, "Oh, like my ride ain't coming." Josh said, "Oh, I'll take you." She was like, "You sure?" He was like, "Yeah." So then he was like, "Oh, just give me the directions." They driving. He was like, "The car ride wasn't that long," and he said when he saw all those people outside, and he was like, "Oh shit," and she was like, "You sure you want me to like drop you off here?" She's like, "Yeah, those are my brothers. I'm gonna tell them you good. So, but when I get out, just go. Like, don't wait for me to get out. Just go."
When the shorty tell you, don't wait for her to get to the house.
I'm gonna tell them that you good, but
you in a wild ass neighborhood. When shorty say, "Don't wait for me to get to the door," you go. Yeah. I'm gonna be fine. Good. You might
not live there. Yeah, you might not. You might not make it.
In other words, she says chivalry is dead, and them niggas killed it.
That's hard. Like everybody got one of them stories though. Like what's your worst pull up to a chick crib story ever? Like what's the worst one? Everybody got one. I know all y'all. I know you got one.
Sheesh. Shorty told me she live in Carver Hall. I'm gonna leave it there. Y'all continue. I'm gonna show y'all what Carver Hall looks like.
Yeah, because it sounds crazy. Because it's Carver Hall.
The worst places always got the nicest name.
Nicest name, yeah.
It sounds like some regular shit.
They really shot The Wire here the first season.
Oh
shit! Oh, when you was down, which one go in school?
Huh?
You talking about?
No. It just looked like the bottoms. Like it looked like
right.
Where
it's like the low rises.
Yeah, the low rises. Yes, I said the bottoms. The low. It looks just like identical to the low rises, and it's also the Carver Hall is in a weird spot. Is literally in between. Some like it's a sandwich. It's a shit sandwich, honestly, because Back Maryland is here, Carver Hall is here, Magellan Manor is here, and then the Village is right here.
Magellan. Why do they name these places Magellan Manor?
And that's why the niggas from there got to be super hard because of the names. And where you come from, Magellan Manor, bitch. Like you got to be hard.
To ever circumnavigate the globe, motherfucker.
Fucking Carver Hall. You have to be tough. You have to be tough.
Wow. Get a peanut pie rules in Carver Hall.
Man.
Yo.
Listen.
Shorty told me to pull up. I knew she lived in the city. Well, we call Atlantic City the city. I knew she lived in the city. Texted her. We was talking for a little bit. I was like, you want to meet me on a boardwalk? She was like, no, that's too far. My dumb ass went. I literally went. Pulled up. all right, yeah. Nope.
Yo,
They wasn't shooting at me. But also,
Still.
why would I stay?
I'm about to say they didn't have to be shooting at you for you to make a good decision.
Are you on Parkland? Get out like, damn, that's crazy.
You didn't have to be the target to make a good choice.
Also, she then proceeded to text me, one, you left like a bitch. She said she seen me pull off. I left like a bitch, to which I responded to something along the lines of, just because you're comfortable in chaos doesn't mean that I am. Why would I try to rationalize somebody that's irrational? Here nor there. Then she said, I bet you on your way to that other bitch's house, to which I said, yes, where it is safe. Was I on my way to another bitch's house? I was not. I was on my way to 2 St. Louis Avenue, where it was safe.
But I need you to think that so you can understand this is a wrap.
Cut me
never
off.
coming back here.
Yeah, cut me off,
And after the yams ended up not being like enough for that danger.
Yeah, no, all right. So I got two real funny ones, right? So I'm talking to this chick. And mind you, I play basketball at the time. I'm a high school young boy. I play ball all over the city. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to the games tonight, down 16th and Susquehanna. Shorty says, oh, I live right across the street from there. Boom. Now, mind you, in my mind, and it's just convenient. All right, I'm going to the game. She live across the street from the game. We just gonna let that be what it is. I'm at the game with my folks. So I'm like, all right, y'all, I'm gonna walk over here and go holler at Shorty. Man, like it's like 16th and Susquehanna is a big ass playground. Like, and it's like the courts where the league used to happen was like dead in the middle of the shit, and then you come on like Susquehanna side, it's always popping out there, but the 16th Street side, that's like where the niggas is at. And of course, she lives on 16th Street side. Go over there. Now, mind you, this is before cell phones and all that shit. God, so I literally gotta be like, yo, is such and such in there? Like on some shit. Like,
who asking?
Like, yeah. Literally, verbatim. Who the fuck is you, young boy? Damn. Yeah. Now, here's my saving grace for having thorough ass older sisters. I recognize, I'm like, yo, you know my sister. Boy, like, who your sister? Tell him who my sister is. Like, oh, yeah, you cool, young boy.
Oh, man.
Nigga, the pressure off my chest, like, what the fuck?
Man.
I'll go get her for you. She come out and see that they was fucking with you. Man, like, yeah, no, they wasn't fucking with me. I was 30. Don't worry about
it.
My dumb fucking, like, my autistic ass would have been like, yes. like, yeah, bitch.
Like, no, I had to stay strong in that moment. No, because she was a thug too, and if I'd have been bitching, that might have threw it off. That's just real shit. P talking shit before cell phones equal elderly men. Yeah, you're right, P. That's okay. You're a child, so I'm not gonna say mean things to you because I don't talk bad to pregnant people. But it's fucked up. No, but hey, Rob, I know, nigga, I know where you from, so I know you got a story about going somewhere where you was not welcome.
Listen, it's not as entertaining because I didn't actually go anywhere. It was through phone conversation, and the girl was Caucasian, right? But it wasn't like nothing. It was just like, oh, let's talk on the phone. Let's see where this goes. I was in high school, and her dad picked up the phone, and he was like, no, not in North. I was in Center City at Parkway. I was at school. So it was just like, it was a friendship. It wasn't like we were dating or nothing like that. Never got no kind of Caucasian yams or nothing like that.
You never got you never got no Caucasian yams?
Not at all.
Have you ever get some Caucasian yams?
You said what?
You ever get some Caucasian yams?
Yes, sir.
They're not called yams. They're not called yams. They're called sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes. Yeah. Let me rephrase.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I never got. Story, please. Yeah, I'm sorry. I never got any Caucasian sweet potatoes. But yeah, like
microwave and split it open.
yeah.
Split it open indeed. Go ahead, bro.
Shit. But no, I called the house because she was like, "Oh, we should chill and shit like that." I was like, "Let me call your house because again, cell phones wasn't really like
Yeah.
super popping. So let me call your
No, I
house and see
believe
how
that.
that
I
goes
do
down."
recall. Yeah.
I was like, let me see how this is popping. I called, and my dad was like, "Oh, what is this?" I'm like, that sealed the deal for me. I never called her back. She saw me in school like the next week. Like, "Oh, what happened?" Your dad's racist. I can feel it. I don't want to talk to you.
It was a bad
I
idea.
felt it. I felt because he like I don't know if he heard the nigger in my voice, but his when I said hello is such and such there, he was like, "Oh, who the hell is oh, he calling my house?" And she's like, "Damn, I just never called again. That's it.
Hey,
Like I'm not even going. I'm never calling the
sometimes
fuck
an
again.
executive decision is a good thing. It's times in those moments where it's just like, you know what? I'm gonna tap out of this. I
That was
remember
it.
I remember meeting a young lady who was from Richard Allen Projects back when Richard Allen Projects was still
Oh,
Richard Allen
the
Projects.
heyday,
And like and sis was like, "Yeah, I live in Richard Allen." I was like, "Oh, okay, it was cool."
I
She was like,
do.
"What you mean it was cool? Like, what you mean what I mean? I'm not coming to see
yeah. I'm
you,
not coming to see
and
you.
you live in Richard Allen, so you're not welcome in my house. You ain't gonna get in my crib, shit. Come up, listen." No, sis, like I was awful. Like, no, thank you. You will not
Uh,
be the fuck coming to see me.
I got a good one because y'all. Well, Rob really unlocked a memory that I did not know that I had.
Oh shit!
So,
Now you in therapy? Ain't this a bitch?
right, Rob, you really bring the best out of me. And you know what? And I really don't think this is funny, but I don't think I've ever told this story ever.
Let's
So
get it.
Shit.
one
Let's
summer,
get it.
my dad used to, or my parents were notorious for sending me somewhere for the summer. So like me spending my summers in Florida, like literally 3 straight months being in the Florida heat, like basically playing on plantations was my lifestyle, like very frequently. So saying all that
Plantations
to
is
say,
wild. Go ahead.
Mir, you want this? So saying all that to say, I'm in Florida, summer of Hurricane Katrina. So
Shit.
summer 06, 05,
Yeah,
Katrina was like, I think, 05.
I want to say
05.
05.
Whatever, it
05.
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It doesn't
regardless.
matter.
Summer
Here
of
nor
Katrina.
here nor there. Yes, I'm in Florida. I'm in Experience Katrina. I made some friends in the development that I was staying in. I was staying at my cousin Margaret's house, or my mom's cousin Margaret's house, and a little white girl that like she was older than me, and she's like let me suck her titties and stuff. So me being like I'm going into 7th grade, so I'm like nigga, when I go back to Jersey, I finger the bitch and I be sucking titties.
I got some experience now.
Yup, I'm
I
not
got,
watching this because first day of school, look, nigga.
I got a story to tell.
So
Boop, 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 boop,
right,
nigga.
right.
This nigga just ran the jewels on us and shit.
So I'm chilling with the little. They were Hispanic, but like white Hispanic. Like they all like blonde hair, blue eye. Might be like
So
like
it was sweet
Argentine.
potatoes with tahini seasoning or
Nah,
adobo.
A
nah,
little bit of adobo.
nah. She had the seasoning. It was seasoned till it's sneezing. So one time I'm chilling at her crib and I was like, yo, your people's just be letting you chill with niggas. And she was like, no, you're the first guy that I hung out with. So, and you're younger than me, so they don't really say nothing. I'm like, all right, cool. Shit.
Oh,
You like it, I love it. So the one day I remember mom was like, no, like y'all stay in the living room. I don't know if it was just like every time I come over, I'll be in your room because it really wasn't that many times if I'm keeping it 1,000 with you.
Right.
So we stay in the living room and grandpa,
there ain't no titties getting stuck in the living room.
nah, not a one. Not a one. Grandpa is sitting in the living room and his like the way we're sitting, we're kind of behind him, and he's facing sort of like at the TV, like directly at the TV, and we're facing directly at the TV. We got a little cover, so she put her hand on my and they pulled my hand to the middle. I'm seeing what the McGriddle feel like. So grandpa is behind us. I mean, is in front of
In
us,
front of us.
rocking in the chair. I'm when you don't know what coochie feel like, it feels like heaven with your fingers. Like you really feel like you in there. And I remember getting like lost in the moment to the point where I've realized, oh no, I ain't busting nothing, nigga. Come on.
Okay.
You
Sorry, I took it
worried
somewhere it
about
didn't
you
need to
and
be.
stuff.
Yeah, I
All
was
right,
worried.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
You still talking to a motherfucking G? No, I was never a nerd. So I'm in the Dutch oven, and it dawned on me that the eater, like the box didn't come on. You feel me? And I'm like, damn, I know, like, and I look, and Buddy is facing towards us. And I was like, oh shit. Like literally it's like stop. And I couldn't have made it look more
obvious.
Yeah. So then we sat there for a second, and Buddy is staring at us. And I was like, hey yo, like I'm a dip. So then
he said my son can never Google his father's name after this episode. Find this man a filter today. Damn.
So hey, I'm gonna be the Richard Pryor of fatherhood. Let's keep it a bean. Here nor I'm not sucking nobody dick.
Later. Not right now.
So okay, bring it back. I'm in the yams, and Buddy was rocking the chair watching Gunsmoke, and then I realized the sound stopped, and then when I came to, I realized Buddy was facing towards us. It got weird. She was like, yo, like relax, like he can't really see, he can't hear, like just chill. Still, he probably like just chill. So then it got.
You trying to get shit off, dog? Like you said, fuck man, keep going.
But he stared. No. She told me she didn't say keep going. She was just saying like
just
you
relax.
doing a lot. Yeah, like you doing a lot right now. Because now I know I have anxiety.
Right.
So
at the time you didn't really understand.
Had no idea. I thought it was butterflies back then. Like literally, I would say like out there I get butterflies. Like, I don't. He was like, well, nigga, not them butterflies. Nigga, turn them to bumblebees. I don't know.
Turn them to bumblebees.
Pop's looking at us, and I was like, hey, I think I'm gonna head out.
I'm gonna exit.
I leave. I was staying in like the next building over. In the building, I go out to play like 3 or 4 days later. Her little brother, we playing catch, and I was like, yo, you good? And he was like, yeah. My pop passed. They found him dead in the chair yesterday morning.
Oh shit.
So now I'm wondering, did that nigga have a heart attack when he turned? I don't know. I don't know how they found him, but I do know that he was in that chair.
His granddaughter in front of him, and he lost his shit. You killed that old.
Right? I don't know. Y'all like you see, I don't even find this funny. Like I really don't find it funny at all. Like I'm wondering, like right now, like it just dawned on me as I'm telling this story, because I thought the ending was that he died. Now I'm realizing I think I'm the last person he might have looked in the eyes with.
Yo, I'm sorry. I know you don't find this is funny as shit though. You killed this old man for his granddaughter. That's what I heard. I don't know. I'm not sure if anybody else heard that, but I literally just heard you tell us.
But can I tell you what he looked like?
Because you was finger banging his fucking granddaughter.
But this is how he was looking at me. This is exactly like that's accurate.
Oh man!
But he had on some like you know like these used to be sweatpants, but now they shorts because I felt like
it. Oh, they've reached that second stage of life. That is hilarious. Oh man. Shit, yo. Podcast of the people. An hour and 38 and it's 9:15. We got about 15 minutes left before we wrap it up. We are going to get into our last subject, which I think is probably going to take us through our final 15, just because it's just so outrageous. So the brother Mano was on the podcast. Mano, rapper out of I want to say Harlem. Mano's from Harlem, right? Doesn't even matter at this point.
High hater.
Of high hater fame, yes, that guy. Mano was on a podcast earlier this week and basically said that when he has sex with white women, he likes to role play as being a runaway slave.
Hold
I'm
up,
gonna
that was
repeat
a good
that one more
segue.
time.
That was a good segue from
No,
that's
it worked
genius.
out perfectly. It really did.
That's genius.
How?
And that wasn't even because like
You
we were
with
just talking about this
the
shit.
kind of yeah, and then go. That's this. All right. Go.
Like, and he was just talking about a racist dad. It was just it was a good segue into this. So Mano says that he likes to play runaway slave role play with his white sexual counterpart women, as it would be. He then went on in a live with Jim Jones to say he was simply joking and that people don't know how to take a joke. Now, in an era of walking things back, we know he's walking this back. Let's put that out there now. He meant that shit when he said it. You don't that ain't no shit you just decide to consciously say as a joke. Like
No.
I don't
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all what. Listen, KP, you know I met the nigga on many of occasions, Rob. So I'm gonna put you on, right? So my folks got this show that they film. Actually, they done filming it now. They're about to start filming season 2. Whatever. Mano was on the show. And in the vein of walking things back, because you said you feel like he meant it, right?
Right.
And his exact words was that he likes to act out being a runaway slave.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you want to know why I know that this got to be true? Because I have seen the footage of him on this show, and that nigga be acting his ass off. So I know he really be acting like a runaway slave with these white women. The show is called Reverso. If y'all want to follow it at Reverso TV on Instagram, my legal guardian Vic Tweedle, he wrote the show with 2 other people. It's like Power kind of mixed with Boardwalk Empire type situation, and they all true stories. Everything on the show is true stories. It isn't out yet, but if y'all want to follow on Instagram at Reverso, like reverse with an O at the end of it, TV. I had to plug my people.
Shout out to Vic.
And Mano was on the show. Sticky Fingers is on the show. Jerry Ferrera's on the show. Some white people like Nick. I wouldn't be surprised if Nick Nolte wasn't on there because it's like white people on there too. It's some Omar Gooden is on the show.
Nick Nolte was just the most random white man reference.
So I'm going to believe everything you said about white people being on the show. Nick Nolte is on. Motherfuckers is Googling him right now because you said that. Nick, no, what the fuck is that?
Him or Gary Busey, but Gary Busey was too out there. I didn't want to do that.
Gary Busey would have been a good one too. I'm not mad at either of those references.
I'm not because they like the same persons to me.
They really are. They're interchangeable as a motherfucker. You could pick Gary Busey in any Nick Nolte role, and you wouldn't miss a beat.
You wouldn't miss
right. On a lot of levels.
I can't remember who the prominent white man is that is on this show, but y'all would know who he is if he's on like Casino, Godfather, like one of those white people.
Right. Okay.
Not De Niro though, I can tell you that, or Pacino. Not them white.
No De Niro, Pacino, or Pesci. We know it ain't one of them.
Yes, it's not one of them 3.
Right. But no. So here's my thing. Right. Your kinks are your kinks. You are a grown ass man. You are allowed to whatever floats your motherfucking boat in your situation is your business. But bro, let's not get on nationally syndicated podcasts and say shit like I want white women to treat me like a runaway slave. Mm-hmm. Let's maybe keep that to ourselves and not share that with Earth. Maybe Earth doesn't need to know that you're
not this iteration of Earth.
we
don't need this.
I don't. Man, like
when you told me about this for the show, I googled Mano slave. That's exactly what and that like it just was people takes on it, and I said I have to watch the piece of the interview.
That's sad. You can Google Mano slave and get everything with this. That's the problem we have, Mano. Nothing else. What you do is your business. The problem is that now you associate your name with the word slave, and a bunch of Google searches come up about you letting white women calling white women massa in sexual moments and shit like that.
You think he'd be letting them call him that?
Yes.
Hey, I'm not gonna hold you. One time, I was about to get it popping like a long time ago, and I was like, this because we've gone over how I have these very I need certain things to line up for me to get it cracking. So finally found the one page 33, found that joint, and I was like, yeah. As soon as I get to the point where I'm like, yeah, this the one. She was like, give me that nigga dick. I was like, oh,
yeah.
oh.
Actually, yeah. Well, see, the thing about porn that's very weird is that you can take your mind and do your best to imagine the weirdest, most wild shit that you would not expect to find. You type it in their search bar and something's coming up. That's the scariest thing about porn is that right there. Like, oh man.
Nas said it best. No idea is original.
Yeah,
sure.
exactly. It's gonna happen. But to take it into something even funnier, and not funny but sad, but like funny and you're thinking with it. Ooh. So I'm not sure if y'all heard about the situation in Brooklyn this week where the gentleman shot up the train and shit.
That's not why I'm
wait a minute.
No, I wasn't reacting to that. I was reacting to something else.
No. So listen, right? So, that happened and they arrested somebody for it earlier. And unfortunately, and you can say how you went, it was a black man. And this kind of brought the question and the phenomenon to me of this thing that is this a cultural thing that only black people do when we hear about crimes, we get upset when a black person is the person that gets are black people the only people that do that? Because when I saw the picture, I said, damn, it's a brother. Shit,
yeah. like a large dude. Like, how you move around, buddy?
Oh man, I was so sorry it was a brother.
Oh, you know what? I hated about it that he dropped his wallet. Fucking dickhead.
I mean, but that's some nigga shit though, because I be losing my wallet. I be losing my wallet.
It's not funny for people to lose their lives in the situation. But this dickhead left his wallet.
Man, listen. But to the flip side of that, and how you hear a story and you like, damn, it can't be the brother. So then when I hear this and they like, Mano, I'm like, damn, it's always the brothers. Because you don't hear about you don't hear about no white man talking about flight. I have fantasies that I'm the slave master and she's my
yes, you can't. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Papa John.
He didn't say it on the he didn't mean
I try my best not to say the word anymore. You try your best. How many pieces of your life do you say that word and you try your best not to say it anymore? Like, do you nigga, this, that.
No. This here's a perfect nigger situation. I have to say it. Like,
I'm this one.
Yeah. He has his nigger card. Like, no, this is for this.
Wait a minute. Hold up. I got it somewhere. Where's my wallet?
But and then you decided to cleanse your body from saying the N-word by only eating Papa John's pizza for 40 days and 40 nights.
That first off, that's not going to cleanse anybody. That's
no.
Like that is going.
Anything that cheese is going to back you the fuck up. Yeah,
that's cleanse, and then there's that on a whole nother block. Like, what, nigga? Wow. Like, yeah, no, all this wonderfully racist shit is always amusing and outrageous on so many levels, man.
Racism is fun.
Like, I can't imagine a situation where it's giving me what I need in a sexual manner where some white woman is acting like I ran away from her plantation. I don't. Maybe I'm too motherfucking.
Keep my slave out your back. Keep my slave out your back.
Oh man, like it's just not. it's
not gonna end with me.
Yeah, like, oh man, that man. Keep my fucking wife's name out your mouth like that. That's always funny, man. Like I said,
you know what the nigga on Life said to his daughter? Keep my slave out your mouth.
Oh man, yeah, man. That's the world we living in right now. Literally Anything podcast for the people. It is 9:25. We got about 5 minutes left. I want to thank the brother Rob Riley really for popping in with us. Stepping in. No, we appreciate you stepping in, good brother. Brother.
Anytime.
Oh no doubt, man. That's why I was you were the first person I called. I didn't get into any other phone calls. You were literally the first person I called, and you answered, and that was that, man. So, like I said, I appreciate you. Brotherhood is expecting, for all of those who know, has a son on the way coming this summer. I see you bought a lullaby. Let's see that, John. Let me see what you purchased today.
Oh wait, you want to see all my
fire?
purchases? So, all right, wait. So I was very happy when I found this. It's the Stone Mountain mixtape with the Kawhi EP.
Kawhi,
yeah. Very happy. Fun fact: one of the two came out on my birthday, whatever year it came out.
Okay.
This is the second. Well, I'm most happy that I found it.
Now, for those who don't know, that is a lullaby rendition of Wu-Tang Clan. That's Rockabye Baby.
It has side A, Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. The Mystery of Chess Boxing, Shame on a Nigga, Bring the Ruckus, Method Man, Protect Your Neck. Side B got Gravel Pit is Yours, Triumph, Reunited, Cream, and Can It All Be So Simple?
Gravel Pit is
Cream is a good lullaby. Like,
yeah. No, those are all really good ones.
Yeah. Right. Now, this has been one of the most hot. The third grab has been one of the most highly coveted pieces of music that I have not been able to get my hands on. I will say that I have been trying to get my hands on this since 6th grade, and whenever I have gone back to it to listen to it on YouTube, it's usually taken down.
Right.
The Gray Album.
Oh,
that's crazy.
Yo, I gotta put you on to there's a band camp where this DJ he mixes like Biggie, James Brown, like he does a lot of mixes like that. I gotta like forward you something like that.
Yeah.
That's in the vein of that. So it's in the vein of that.
For those who don't know what the Gray Album
give a little background for Gray Album for those who may not be aware.
So, my Danger Mouse, he's a producer. He was one half of Gnarls Barkley. Does that make me crazy? So Danger Mouse, he's a producer. He took the instrumentals from the Beatles' White albums and put Jay-Z's acapellas from the Black album over White Album production.
Which, by the way, White Album is my. But no, I'm lying. It's my second favorite Beatles album. Abbey Road is my favorite Beatles.
Rob,
what's yours?
None.
Oh, you don't fuck with it. I mean, reasonable.
No, it's not that I don't fuck with the Beatles. I just don't have a favorite. Like I hear so many singles.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really sit and listen to the entire album. Like, you know, so.
Yeah, Abbey Road is my shit. White Album is a great album, though.
I would say, I think for what this meant to me growing up, I think the White Album was the most listenable. That was my introduction to the Beatles because I had no idea why this sounds so good when I was.
It was how it was given to you. Yeah,
right.
I could understand.
And this was like a LimeWire type situation. Like I was looking for music one day, and it was like Jay-Z the Gray Album. And I was, what the fuck is this? So I downloaded it.
And in LimeWire, you had to just risk your whole computer to listen to it.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, like, if you would have seen the jump that I, like, literally almost did a backflip out of my skin finding this.
Yeah, that's amazing that you found that.
And it's a European unofficial import. It's so this is
doesn't matter.
But I'm okay with that.
Yeah, no, you got it, man. You definitely got your hands on it, and that's what matters right there. All right, fellas, we're gonna get into closing thoughts so we can shut this down, man. You know, another successful show. You know, Thursday, have a little fun, talk a little shit. Now it's almost time for the go home portion of it. So, you know, we will spin the block with closing thoughts. We will start with our guest host, Mr. Rob Riley. Really, any specifically important jewels you want to leave us with? Anything on your mind that you want to just leave with the LAP fan before you slide off, good brother?
No,
that's cool.
That's fine too. Because now y'all got me Beatles out, and now I'm like, wait a minute, was Yellow Submarine? Did that have y'all done fucked me up? So I don't have any closing thoughts.
Yeah, Yellow Submarine is a good one. That's a good one too, man. Like I put all my rock, like 60s, 50s, 60s, 70s rock influence from my pop. Like he gave me all of that, man. Like my dad gave me all of that shit. From the Stones to the Beatles to Jimmy, Aerosmith, like just
How about the Ramones, man? You gotta get on some Ramones.
Pink Floyd,
Yeah.
so many great fucking artists and really good music that really is I think you got to be exposed to it early enough to really appreciate it. I think once you get
AC/DC, Leonard Skinner, like they have some shit, yeah.
AC/DC, man, god damn,
The Ku Klux Klan.
you
They
said
were
who?
white men.
Leonard Skinner, for sure. Yeah, no, ZZ Top was another group my dad liked.
Hey, J. Cole had one of the. I'm sorry, J. Cole. Hey, that Dreamville project.
I don't mean to cut you off, but J. Cole had one of those.
That verse he got on the Wish on Beer John is crazy.
It's really not like it's like Kendrick has to drop now for us. Like I believe after Kendrick drops, I think J. Cole is still going to be the best rapper alive.
Cole rap different right now, dog. Like you got to get on the track and really go off to get like niggas off of that way. Like Cole
Mike with a Crocs in the O2 Arena, splendid, bro.
Yeah. His flow is crazy. There. He's getting on everything and just going off right now, like
punching niggas' heads. Wait, real quick. This I'll allow this to be my final take. Because I do believe that I fit in this like rap archetype, right? So full transparent. I've done shit in my life, whatever, here nor there. But let's say J. Cole has not, which he's been open that he has not done shit in his life. So I have seen a take on the internet where people were saying, well, why is J. Cole rapping about gun? Like J. Cole wait till now to have gun bars? His whole career, he was anti-gun bar and this and that. J. Cole will slip him in there every now and then. But J. Cole is really giving niggas like, I will blow your fucking head off. Now, I, who happen to be a card-holding, concealed carry permit issuee,
right?
If you try me, I will blow your fucking head off.
That's just what it is.
I believe that J. Cole has that right as an American citizen to follow the Constitution. So if he has a gun bar in there about his long clip, his 223, whatever he feel like saying in that moment, I feel like it's valid because I don't think that's reminiscent of this is a life I used to live. This is a life I live currently. And it's not
and that never changes.
Mm-hmm.
That never changes. I'm gonna protect myself regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Like you sound goofy if that's the like. I don't know, man. People just go out their way to hate. That's just kind of where I'm.
Yeah.
They put a lot of energy into in the hating. So that's
because the internet has allowed them that platform. The internet has afforded them a voice, and now they just want to fucking talk. That's the one thing I don't like about it. Like it's afforded them this voice, and now they're just talking. Shut the fuck up.
So with that being said, my final thought is I know some niggas that's legendary. But I'm from a legendary that knock you out, drag you to yourself.
No.
That is crazy, man. Like I'm never gonna be okay with that discussion. Like it's never gonna be a time where we can have that talk, and I'm gonna be like, right.
That
like,
but did you hear the interview? The interviewer was like, "Yeah, that's wild."
Because what can you say? He telling that story with passion. He not telling you that shit because he thought about it. He telling you because he saw it. He witnessed that shit. Like,
imagine walking into that. What he do? He was talking reckless.
Yeah. He was talking reckless.
Oh, just imagine waking up and a nigga with a Sunni is bopping your shit down. Like, and also, like, is you licking the shaft too? Like, how dynamic is this blowjob? You like, because you know when they be doing this, when they do this part, like, are you doing that? Is this a punitive blowjob?
Is it full service? Is what you want to know?
Yes.
And why?
Does he come?
Oh, God.
Of all the nights when my phone dies and my Bluetooth dies, this shit is really on. Like, what the fuck? Of all the nights.
I would be so upset.
So, with that being said, I'm going to get into my final word because Du jour he's too fucking curious for my own good right now. I don't have anything too heavy. Episode 42. Appreciate all y'all for showing us some love and being here for us in these moments, popping out, having a little fun. Appreciate everybody in the comments. Something on Instagram took me back to something, and I just want to make sure that y'all check this out. Nostalgia off of Pusha T's last album.
Ooh.
Kendrick's verse on Nostalgia
ago.
really might 2 albums might be one of the greatest verses ever. And I said it before, but I'm glad people
Not
are
knowing
really
what you know
understanding
now.
like the number, like, and I caught some of what he was saying in it, but like the depth of it, like to the point where it's like 36 and
9
36
times
even
out of
on the east
10.
side, like everything he did to
It's
make that
pitching in
shit
the
so
air.
crazy
Yo.
was wild. But like that's, man, like the just go listen to Nostalgia.
He's genius, yeah.
I
It's
will
a
send you.
very, very good song.
I'm gonna send you
And
the
Kendrick
clip.
goes
Chop.
crazy.
I'm gonna send you the clip so we can put it on our page so people know exactly why.
Yeah,
I
it's a
saw it on,
beautifully written
if you don't
verse.
send it, I'll repost it. I seen it on Instagram. I could put it on the pages and in the group. It's just
There's a good podcast called Dissect that.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Shout out to those brothers for doing that. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, those not brothers, but
They're not brothers.
Not brothers.
Brothers.
Amazing, brother. Like one of those brothers. Like
oh, he started rapping like
amazing, brother. That was hard too. And you know what? In about 2 albums, they'll go back to that. It's something with that. Amazing, brother. Amazing, brother.
He was
It's
really
something with
fucking
that.
that song up. Like that whole he
I'm
went
looking on top 5.
when he started doing this in the music video,
Yeah.
I knew nigga was eating.
Because and that is damn it, what is it? Never mind. This will be a whole nother thing. I ain't trying to keep y'all. God damn.
Facts. But
Lastly, I promise, last thing from the hood. Last thing. If I was in prison for life,
No, cut him off. Cut his shit off. Cut his shit off. Cut him off. Cut him off. Cut him off. Kev, please. Kev, cut him off. Kev, cut him
Don't
off.
let that shit happen to me though.
hit me, nigga.
Kev, cut him off. Cut him off. Cut him off. Cut him off. Cut him off.
literally
Cut him
a
off.
big podcast to the people. Peace and blessings, y'all. Y'all have an amazing week. We gonna find a way to get hood together and keep this nigga out of prison so he don't have to ask all these weird ass questions. We love y'all. We hope y'all love us.
I heard you was legendary.
Yo!